What if we just let what is ending really, really end and be in the ending? Be in the ending as long as it takes. I'm glad you're all here. And we're at the end of a year. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. January 1st is coming up. And if you are sensitive, neurodivergent, a mystic, an artist, somebody who is deeply feeling, somebody who's internal, somebody who's contemplative, you're just like, can everybody calm down about this New Year's stuff? Intentions and resolutions and fresh starts and what is your first quarter going to look like? And have you mapped out the year? And maybe you're not engaging with any of that. Maybe you learned years ago not to. Or maybe you don't partake in it, but it's still the collective energy kind of pulls you by the hair sometimes. Collective energies have a gravitational pull. And cities have collective energies, and communities have collective energies. Our family, lineage, traditions doesn't mean that it's bad or good, just is. So, being porous, sensitive beings, we either have been swept up in the, oh yeah, I gotta come up with some really good like intentions and resolutions. Yeah, the new year, I gotta get clear about what's happening for the first. You're either swept up in that or, catching yourself, or you've rejected it, and you've been marching to the beat of your own drum and maybe being a little feisty about it, or maybe you found yourself somewhere in between. I think over the years, I've found some sort of middle way, I guess. Funny how that happens. I don't go out on New Year's Eve. Hey, no shade if you like to do that. Have fun, enjoy your life. But usually this time of year is quiet for me. I want to be in nature or indoors. I want to have one-on-one conversations. I don't want to be in big groups. I don't want loud noises and loud parties. That's just me. And I usually allow myself time the first few weeks of the year to get to know the new year. I used to have a joke when I was doing stand up about like, everybody calm down about New Year's resolutions. The New Year's like a new relationship. You don't, jump into bed with it at midnight on the 31st and then wake up the next morning. It's like, come on, we're going vegan. Let's go do CrossFit. It's like, get to know each other. Wait till you're going to the bathroom with the door open and then start to talk about like the future. But that's really kind of how I feel about the new year. Like it has an energy to it. 2025 had an energy to it. So lest we get caught up in the whirlwind of this new beginning, new beginning, new beginning that kind of gets shoved down our throat at the beginning of years. What if we just let what is ending really, really end and be in the ending? Be in the ending as long as it takes. No doubt something is ending for you in your life. That's the way of life. There are always endings and beginnings. Endings are beginnings, our endings are beginnings, our endings. It does start to feel like that. There are always endings and always beginnings, beginningless endings, and endings that never began. And there are these chapters, these phases, these seasons that do kind of come to a close. So for me, I just moved out of LA. I've been talking about this a bit over the past few weeks. I moved from Los Angeles to the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, after being in LA for 30 years. That's an ending. Yeah, I'm, almost all settled into my new place, and new stuff is happening in the area and new friends. But it's I'm still in an ending. Something is still ending, and I can feel it. How could it not? And the same for you. You roll a tire down a hill when you're a kid or whatever. I don't know if you ever did that. I grew up in the country, but like you roll a tire down a hill and and it keeps going and it keeps going and then it like picks up and then it keeps going, or a rock, something, anything, toy on wheels, and it just picks up momentum, or you're on a bike going downhill. It has to, if you just lift up your feet when you get to the bottom of the hill, and if it's straight for a while, no bumps, you can just coast for a while. And eventually, the bike starts to stop and you put your feet down and you've stopped. So there's a momentum to everything. Karma has a momentum, needs to wind down. So tonight I'm more interested in what we can thank and bless that is ending in our lives. But what is coming to a close for you? It could be identity based, an identity that's sort of running out of steam. You can't really be that for your family or your friends anymore. It's never an abrupt halt. It happens slowly. Maybe there's a habit, like a belief habit of believing something about yourself or your life that doesn't really have the gravitas it once did. Like you don't believe it as much as you used to. Maybe that's coming to an end. Again, it's not a clean, just like awakening. I work with so many people who want an awakening that is like a light switch. All your conditioning and karma is resolved, and you're in this new life. But karma also, the seeds of karma that have sprouted and borne fruit are going to play out. That hasn't ended. So that's why you'll hear teachers that are worth their salt tell you that it takes time after an insight, an opening, an awakening, for things to kind of shake out, for things to kind of rise to the surface and other things to just fall away. And for certain karmas that have been in motion to start to slow down and run their course. So what's ending? Maybe it's a very specific chapter in your life. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a focus. Maybe you're finding yourself like not focused so much on something you were focused on this past year. I don't know. What's ending? Let's honor what is ending tonight and just naturally see what is wanting to emerge as the new year starts to unfold. So, with that, let's close our eyes and settle in for a meditation. And landing right where you are. No better place to be but here. Right here is where it's ending, and right here is where it's beginning. And especially this time of year, we can call in some help. I like to do so. This type of support and help also has an energy to it, a frequency. So let us call in our guides, angels, ancestors, the ascended masters. Let us call in compassionate beings throughout all the realms and dimensions. Benevolent beings who have awakened long before us through the centuries, all gathering around us now in loving support of our highest healings, our most embodied awakenings, and our vibrant thriving. May you be held in this embrace of unconditional love and support. Right here is where things are ending. And right here is where something's beginning. With each exhale, may we release that which is not ours to hold. With each exhale, may we release what no longer defines us. With each exhale, may we release our grip on our ideas about how it's all supposed to be. With each exhale, may we loosen our grip on someone or something, our ideas about someone or something. With each exhale, may you release what is naturally wanting to end. May you release the desire to keep it going, to keep it on life support, to continue propping it up, playing along, buying into it. What is that that you can just release? And with each exhale, perhaps we can soften with our fear of the in between, the liminal space, the unknown, and just soften, soften. It's safe to not know. It's safe to be minus something, without something that once was here, or to feel the ebbing away of something that was once a really strong current in our life. You can place a hand on your chest or your belly and just remind your body that it's safe. It's safe to be in the ending of something, in the in between. in the spaciousness. In the pause before the inhale. It's safe to be here. And what is here is your body, is your feet on the floor, or perhaps they're crossed underneath you. What is here is your breath and the rise and fall of your chest and the beat of your heart. So opening to what is here right now. This moment just as it is, with your body as it is, tight or open, strong or fragile. This is what's here, with your heart closed or expansive, protective or curious. And this is what's here, with your mind just as it is, busy or quiet, sleepy or alert. And as we release and let go of our grip on what has been and who we've been and how we've wanted things to go, as we release the grip on what is naturally coming to a close, we land here just as we are. And allow for a type of openness in the coming days, a kind of curiosity in the coming days. What is wanting to make itself known? What qualities are emerging in your life? What new ways of being have already been slowly taking shape over the past months or weeks? And what is it like to move through your life with a curious body, heart, and mind? A curious mind, a curious heart, and a curious body. What would that be like this year? You don't have to follow every curiosity and turn it into a completed project that you have to present to an audience. So if you notice yourself starting to get tight, take a breath and release through the exhale. Let go of your ideas about how it all should look and be. We're feeling into this frequency of curiosity. So, moving through the world as a curious being, let's bring in these healing frequencies that support curiosity, which inherently has an affectionate openness to it. And so we rest with these healing frequencies of curiosity, of openness, of compassion, and simply rest. Simply rest right here. And let's bring in the frequency of gratitude. Gratitude for these roles, these beliefs, these habits, because they've served their purpose. They helped us in some way. They've run their course. Perhaps a habit was trying to protect us. So we can thank that habit with gratitude and release it with love. An identity, a role. We can be grateful for how it's served its purpose, even though its time is coming to an end. Nothing is wasted. And grateful for the learnings, the wisdom gained this year, the painful lessons, and the blessings. And the gratitude for certain people in your life, for their love and understanding. And maybe even some gratitude for the difficult people in our life, and the ways that they led us deeper into allegiance with our own being and what's true for us. And placing a hand on your chest and one on your belly. Here you are, right here, where it's all happening. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Just letting what wants to end, and being curious, open about what's wanting to emerge naturally.